The vast sun-drenched landscapes of southern Africa, a realm of stark beauty and hidden secrets. Beneath the arid earth, life clings on. It adapts in ways truly astonishing. We often look to the skies or the Great Plains for nature's wonders. But sometimes the greatest marvels are unseen. They lurk just below our feet, waiting for their moment. Consider a plant, one that shuns the light. It has no leaves, no green to speak of. It lives a life entirely in darkness. A botanical rebel, you might say. This is Hydnora africana, a name that whispers of mystery and perhaps a touch of the macabre. It is a parasite drawing its life force from others, a silent subterranean hunter. Few have ever witnessed it. Its existence is fleeting, revealed only when it chooses to bloom. And what a bloom it is, not a thing of delicate petals or sweet perfume, but something altogether more primal, more unsettling. It is a testament to the sheer strangeness of evolution, the endless forms life can take, especially in the harshest of places. This plant challenges our very definition of what a plant should be. It breaks the rules, it thrives on stealth and on an ingenious deception. Join us as we delve into the shadowy world of Hydnora africana, unearthing the secrets of this truly bizarre and utterly fascinating organism, a true monster of the plant kingdom, yet a wonder nonetheless. Imagine a life lived entirely underground. No sunlight, no rain directly felt. This is the world of Hydnora africana. It spends the vast majority of its existence as a network of fleshy roots. These roots are not like others. They do not seek water or soil nutrients on their own. Instead, they seek a host, a lifeline. They are questing, always searching. Its chosen victims are often species of euphorbia, plants themselves adapted to arid conditions. Hydnora's roots, or rhizomes, snake through the soil. When they encounter a euphorbia root, they attach, firmly. They develop specialized structures called haustoria. These penetrate the host's tissues, a tap into its very essence, a life stolen bit by bit. Through these connections, Hydnora draws all it needs: water, sugars, minerals, everything manufactured by the hard-working euphorbia. The parasite itself performs no photosynthesis. It has abandoned the green pigment chlorophyll. Lost in its evolutionary past, its body is a pale, fleshy structure, more akin to a fungus in appearance than a typical flowering plant. This subterranean existence is a marvel of adaptation. It avoids the harsh desert sun. It escapes the notice of many herbivores. But it presents a unique challenge. How does such a hidden plant reproduce? How does it find a mate? The answer lies in a most extraordinary and rather gruesome strategy, one that involves a dramatic temporary appearance above the ground. When conditions are right, after rare desert rains perhaps, something stirs in the earth above Hydnora. The soil cracks, a strange form pushes upwards. This is the flower, the only part of Hydnora africana that braves the open air, and it is a spectacle to behold, though perhaps not for the faint of heart. It is truly alien. It looks like no ordinary flower. It has no delicate petals, no vibrant, cheerful colours. Instead, it is a fleshy, leathery structure, often salmon pink to deep reddish brown. It can be mistaken for a strange fungus, or even disturbingly, a piece of decaying flesh. The flower is tubular, with 3 or 4 thick lobes that may briefly fuse at the top, creating a temporary chamber. But its appearance is only part of its strangeness. The most remarkable feature is its scent. It emits a powerful, foul odour, the unmistakable stench of rotting meat, or sometimes dung. This is no accident. It is a carefully evolved trick, a deception aimed at a very specific audience, not bees or butterflies with their love for sweet nectar. But something else entirely. This putrid perfume travels on the desert breeze, an olfactory signal, a gruesome invitation. It is designed to attract insects that feed on carrion, or lay their eggs in dung. Beetles in particular are drawn to this promise of a decaying feast, or a nursery for their young. They follow the scent, unaware they are being lured into a botanical trap, a trap with a vital purpose. The unsuspecting beetles arrive, drawn by the irresistible smell of death. They crawl towards the source, the bizarre, fleshy flower of Hydnora africana. The interior of the flower is often lined with downward-pointing bristles, or hairs. These act like a one-way street, making it easy for the beetles to enter, but difficult to leave immediately, a temporary prison. Once inside the flower's chamber, the beetles search for the promised meal, or a place to lay their eggs. They move around, exploring every nook and cranny. The flower may hold them captive for a day or two, not to harm them, but to ensure they do their job. As they wander, they become dusted with pollen from the flower's anthers, which are cleverly hidden within. If a beetle has visited another Hydnora flower previously, it will carry pollen from that flower. This pollen is then transferred to the receptive stigma of the current flower, effecting cross-pollination. This is the plant's ultimate goal, ensuring genetic diversity. After a period, the bristles may relax, or the flower may change its structure slightly, allowing the pollen-dusted beetles to escape. These beetles, now carrying a fresh load of pollen, may then be lured by another stinking Hydnora flower, repeating the process. It is a remarkable example of co-evolution, the plant relying on the beetle's instinct for survival, and the beetle, unwittingly, serving the plant's reproductive needs. A macabre yet highly effective partnership, forged in the harsh desert environment. A hidden harvest, the surprising fruit of Hydnora. After successful pollination, the flower withers away. But beneath the ground, a new marvel begins to develop, the fruit of Hydnora africana. This too is hidden from sight, growing slowly over many months, even up to 2 years. It is a substantial structure, often the size of a small melon or a large potato, a subterranean treasure. The fruit is technically a berry. It has a tough, brownish exterior, but inside the pulp is fleshy and embedded with thousands of tiny seeds. Surprisingly, for a plant with such a foul-smelling flower, the ripe fruit is said to be quite pleasant, with a slightly sweet taste and a starchy texture. Some compare it to a potato or a sweet potato, a nutritious bounty. This underground fruit is a valuable food source for a variety of desert creatures. Baboons, jackals, porcupines and moles, they have a keen sense for locating these hidden treats. They dig them up, consuming the fleshy pulp. And in doing so, they help to disperse the plant's numerous seeds, carrying them to new locations far from the parent plant. Humans too have long sought out this unusual fruit. Indigenous peoples have known its secrets for generations. They recognize the subtle signs on the soil surface that hint at a ripe Hydnora fruit below. It provides sustenance in a land where food can be scarce. A gift from a most unexpected plant, a true hidden harvest of the desert. Whispers of wellness, traditional medicine and ancient uses, the value of extends beyond its edible fruit. For centuries, it has held a place in traditional medicine among the indigenous communities of southern Africa. The San and Khoi peoples, for example, have a deep understanding of the local flora and its medicinal properties. This knowledge is passed down through generations, a precious heritage. Various parts of the plant are used, the fleshy rhizomes, the underground stems, and sometimes the flowers themselves. These are harvested and prepared in specific ways, often dried and powdered or used to make infusions and decoctions. The applications are diverse, reflecting the plant's perceived potency and its unique chemical composition. It has been traditionally employed to treat a range of ailments. Dysentery and diarrhea are common uses, reflecting its astringent properties, which likely come from tannins present in the plant. It has also been used for skin conditions such as acne or sores, and even as a treatment for kidney and bladder complaints, or as a general tonic. The continued use of in traditional healing highlights its cultural importance and the empirical knowledge accumulated over centuries. Modern science is only just beginning to explore the potential pharmacological compounds within such plants. These ancient remedies may yet hold clues to new medicines, validating the wisdom of the past, but this wisdom is also fragile. A precarious hold, challenges facing the desert phantom. Despite its remarkable adaptations, faces an uncertain future. It is not a common plant. Its distribution is patchy, tied to the presence of its host plants. Finding it requires a keen eye and often local knowledge. Its very nature, hidden underground, makes comprehensive population studies difficult. But concerns are growing. One of the primary threats is habitat disruption. As human populations expand, so too does the demand for land. Agriculture, grazing, and infrastructure development can all lead to the destruction of its delicate habitat and the loss of its host species. If the hosts disappear, so too will the parasite. Their fates are inextricably linked. Climate change presents another significant challenge. Southern Africa is predicted to experience shifts in rainfall patterns and rising temperatures. This could impact both directly and its host plants, altering their distribution and survival rates. For a plant so specialized and so dependent on specific conditions, these changes could be devastating, pushing it further towards rarity. Overharvesting could also pose a risk in some areas, especially if its use in traditional medicine or as a food source becomes more widespread. Without sustainable harvesting practices, local populations could be depleted. Protecting this botanical enigma requires a multifaceted approach: conservation of its habitat, protection of its hosts, and respect for its unique place in the ecosystem before it vanishes like a desert mirage.